What if your car's electrical system, cooling system, and engine were all connected like dominoes, and right now one of them is already tipping? Because that's actually how it works. A weak battery overworks your alternator. A small coolant leak quietly cooks your head gasket, and a sensor your dashboard's been nagging you about for months starts misfiring your engine. There are 12 of these chain reactions I want to walk you through today, so you know which $50 fix you need to make this week before it turns into a $4,000 rebuild next month. Before we move on, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel and like the video. Number 1. Oil leaks. You see a small dark spot on the driveway, maybe the size of a quarter, and you figure it's probably just residue from the last oil change dripping off the pan. So you ignore it. And that decision is exactly how a $15 valve cover gasket replacement turns into a $7,000 engine rebuild. Oil doesn't just lubricate moving parts. It pulls heat away from metal surfaces that would otherwise grind against each other at temperatures hot enough to fuse them together permanently. Drop even a quart low and friction climbs fast, doing damage in places you can't see or hear. Low oil pressure from a slow leak is one of the leading causes of premature bearing failure, and labor alone on a rod bearing replacement runs $1,500 before a single part gets ordered. Number 2. Worn brake pads. Brake pads come with a built-in wear indicator, a small metal tab that drags against the rotor and produces that high-pitched squeal you've heard in parking lots. That sound means the pad has about 2 millimeters of friction material left, so you've got a few weeks before the metal backing plate starts grinding directly into your rotor. Pads run $30 to $80 per axle and parts, and a full swap at a shop costs $150 to $250. Wait until the grinding starts though, and the rotor gets scored badly enough that you need to replace it too, adding $200 to $400 per axle on top. Worn rotors also extend your stopping distance. At 60 miles per hour, an extra 10 feet means the difference between stopping clean and hitting something. Number 3. Low or dirty engine oil. An oil change costs $40 to $80. Skipping it costs $7,000. That's not an exaggeration. That's what happened to thousands of Toyota V6 owners in the early 2000s who stretched their oil changes too far and ended up with engines so sludged up they needed full replacements on cars barely worth $12,000. Old oil doesn't just get dirty. It thickens into a tar-like sludge that clogs the narrow passages feeding your bearings and camshaft. Those are precision-machined parts, and once they start wearing unevenly from oil starvation, you're not fixing it with a drain and fill. Turbocharged engines get hit especially hard because turbo bearings spin at 200,000 revolutions per minute and need clean oil every single rotation to survive. Number 4. Coolant leaks. Coolant has a sweet smell, almost like syrup, and if you catch that smell near a small puddle under your car, that's your cooling system losing pressure. Most drivers make a mental note and move on. Your cooling system runs at 15 to 16 pounds per square inch, and that pressure is what keeps coolant circulating fast enough to pull heat off the cylinder head. When the level drops, the head runs hot, and a warped cylinder head costs $500 to $1,500 just for machining, before anyone touches a gasket or reassembles anything. A pinhole leak in a radiator seam expands under heat and pressure cycling, so what drips today streams in 2 months. A pressure test at a shop runs $50 to $100 and finds the leak before your head gasket does. Number 5. Faulty oxygen sensor. Your oxygen sensor sits in the exhaust stream and reads how much oxygen is left in the exhaust gases, then sends that data to the engine computer, which uses it to decide how much fuel to inject. When the sensor fails, that data turns wrong, and the computer starts dumping extra fuel into cylinders that can't burn at all. That unburned fuel travels through the exhaust and hits the catalytic converter, where it ignites. Converters aren't built to handle raw fuel burning inside them, and temperatures can spike past 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit, which melts the ceramic substrate into a useless clog. A new oxygen sensor runs $20 to $100. A catalytic converter replacement runs $1,000 to $2,500, and on European vehicles it goes higher. EPA data puts the fuel economy penalty from a bad O2 sensor at 10 to 40%, so you're also burning an extra $30 to $60 per tank, while the converter slowly gets destroyed. When a check engine light points to an oxygen sensor, that's one of the better outcomes in diagnostics because the part is cheap, the labor is minimal, and fixing it immediately cuts off the converter damage before it starts. Number 6, tire alignment issues. If your car pulls to one side on a straight road, most drivers just steer into it a little and forget about it, because the car's still moving and nothing's making noise yet. Bad alignment doesn't just wear tires faster, it wears them unevenly in a pattern that chews through the inner or outer edge while the center looks totally fine. Camber misalignment can take a healthy tire to cord showing in 10,000 miles, and you won't notice because that wear happens on the edge facing the car. An alignment check runs $70 to $100. 4 new tires on a mid-size car run $400 to $800 installed. Tie rod ends and ball joints also take the stress of misalignment every single mile. And a tie rod end that fails at highway speed doesn't wear out gradually. It just stops controlling your steering. Number 7, transmission fluid neglect. Most drivers know oil changes are a thing. Transmission fluid? That barely registers, and manufacturers made it worse by stamping "lifetime fluid never needs changing" into owners' manuals across thousands of vehicle models. That label has killed more transmissions than almost any other decision in automotive history. Transmission fluid lubricates the gear sets and clutch packs, pulls heat off friction surfaces, acts as hydraulic fluid to engage the clutch, and keeps seals from drying out. After 60,000 to 80,000 miles, the friction modifiers break down, the fluid starts burning, and it turns dark and smells scorched. At that point, it's actively eating the clutch packs it's supposed to protect. A fluid change runs $100 to $200. A rebuild runs $2,500 to $5,000. Transmission specialists recommend changing it every 30,000 to 60,000 miles, regardless of what the manual says, because they're the ones seeing what lifetime fluid actually does to a transmission that tows, sits in traffic, or operates in a hot climate. Number 8, battery corrosion. That blue-white crust on your battery terminals looks like a cosmetic problem, and since the car still starts, it's easy to write off as nothing serious. It's not cosmetic. It's resistance sitting directly in your electrical circuit, and resistance in a 12-volt system spreads damage fast. When corrosion builds up, the battery can't push full current to the starter, so the starter strains harder on every crank. The alternator then works harder to recharge a battery that's fighting resistance on both terminals, and alternators that run near their output ceiling for extended periods overheat and fail early. A new alternator runs $200 to $500 in parts alone, plus another $200 to $400 in labor. Corrosion also drops voltage enough to confuse sensors and control modules, generating phantom check engine codes that send shops chasing electrical faults that don't actually exist in the wiring. Number 9, spark plug wear. Spark plugs fire thousands of times per minute, and as the electrode wears down over tens of thousands of miles, the gap widens and the spark gets weaker. The engine compensates for a while, but eventually cylinders start misfiring, and that's where it gets expensive. A misfiring cylinder sends unburned fuel straight into the catalytic converter, where it ignites at temperatures the converter can't handle. A bad oxygen sensor does the same thing over months, but a misfire can destroy a converter in days because the fuel load is much higher. Copper plugs need replacing every 30,000 to 60,000 miles, iridium and platinum plugs at 100,000. Parts run $4 to $25 per plug. Worn plugs also force the ignition coil to push harder across that widened gap, and coils running at elevated voltage fail early, at $50 to $150 each. Number 10. Small exhaust leaks. That ticking sound when the engine's cold isn't a quirk you can live with. It's an exhaust manifold leak, and it quiets down as the metal expands with heat, which is exactly why most drivers decide it fixed itself. It didn't. Oxygen sensors sit in the exhaust stream, and their whole job is measuring oxygen levels in the exhaust gas. An exhaust leak before those sensors pulls outside air into the stream, so the sensors read false lean, and the computer responds by dumping in more fuel than the engine can burn. That unburned fuel hits the catalytic converter, and now you've got the same converter damage a bad O2 sensor causes, just arriving through a different door. A manifold gasket replacement runs $200 to $500. Letting it run for months while the converter gets destroyed adds $1,500 to $3,000 on top of that. Number 11. Failing water pump. The water pump circulates coolant through the engine, and when it starts failing, it usually leaks slightly from the shaft seal or makes a faint grinding noise from the bearing. Most drivers never notice either one. When the bearing fails completely, coolant stops moving and engine temperature spikes fast. You've got maybe 2 to 3 minutes of driving before serious damage starts. On engines where the water pump runs off the timing belt, a seized pump can snap that belt, and on an interference engine, that means valves and pistons collide. That's a $3,000 to $7,000 repair on a car that ran fine an hour earlier. Water pump replacement runs $300 to $750, and most vehicles have a service interval around 60,000 to 100,000 miles. Number 12. Check engine light ignored. Millions of drivers are running around right now with the check engine light on, and the most common reason they give for ignoring it is that the car seems fine. That's exactly the problem. The light doesn't mean the engine's about to quit. It means the control module logged a fault code because something's already reading outside its normal range. And that happened before any obvious symptoms showed up. A free OBD2 scan at any auto parts store pulls that code in minutes. And a full shop diagnostic at $100 to $150 also pulls pending codes that haven't triggered the light yet. Don't forget to subscribe, because the next video goes deeper into reading those codes yourself and knowing which ones mean pull over now. Every single failure on this list sent a signal before it got expensive. A smell, a sound, a puddle, a pull, a light on the dash. The gap between catching it at the signal stage and catching it at the failure stage is almost always measured in thousands of dollars. So this week, check your oil level, look under the car for fluid puddles, and if your check engine light's on right now, get a free scan at any auto parts store before the end of the month. That's 30 minutes of your time. Cars don't get totaled over repair bills because one catastrophic thing happened. They get there because 12 small problems ran long enough to become one big one, and nobody realized they were connected.